What I enjoy, well, certainly the construction of badly needed facilities. First of all, let's look at our residence hall. When we got to 2003, we had not built a residence hall in 45 years. Excuse me, 35 years. And we constructed Berg Bailey. Excuse me, not Berg Bailey, Caldwell Hall. Berg Bailey was more of an apartment complex, but a traditional residence hall hadn't been constructed. We went out to the market, got very good receptance to our bonds, got good interest rates, and a payment schedule that we could fit into our resources. That was, and then we looked at other resources we needed for students, including adding to the student union and the wellness center. And then the last 5 years, we've added about 1,200 beds to our residence hall system. That was on the student affairs, on the student side, on the living and providing living accommodations and wellness and student union, dining facilities. Then we have the academic side, where we first major building enhancement was right behind me, and that's the Avera complex, a $40 million facility, including the renovations that took place to the old building, Shepherd Hall. And then you have seen other engineering, the deck, what's now known as Dectronics Hall, constructed. We had only built in those intervening from 1976 to 2006. We'd only built really one major building, that's the biostress building. So there again, several decades of really not having the resources to construct, and then major construction as we see it in the building. And we've got 2 or 3 more projects underway. And so that's exciting. The frame going up right now on a engineering, architecture, math, and engineering, AME. And that building is totally, is already under construction, about half from private resources and half from the students' fee via 20% of their student tuition goes into a fund that services the debt to build a building. This is not new. This has existed since 1968. This dates me somewhat, but I have a tuition dollar in the HEF fund way back when, as does President Chiquin. So any student that was here in the academic year 68, 69, and later has money contributed to the HEF fund, Higher Education Facilities Fund. 20% of the tuition dollar goes into that, and that is a real asset to the university, the state of South Dakota, the public, to be able to use that to leverage and build needed facilities and to maintain existing facilities. A large part of that fund, approximately $5 million a year, comes back to South Dakota State University's maintenance and repair needs. Before that, it was built, the buildings were built by just the general appropriation of the general revenue of the state of South Dakota, this is what we call the state general fund. So if there weren't, if the legislature didn't have funds in those years to appropriate a new building, it didn't get done. The process now allows the Board of Regents to plan even a decade out, the cash flow, plan for the building, plan for the maintenance of it, and anticipate the cash flow from the 20% tuition to go in the fund, which is a tremendous planning asset. So before 1968, every building that was built here was built by the state general fund revenues. Before 1958, every dorm that was built was state general fund revenues. Between then and starting in 1959, with Brown Hall being the first one, and for men and Winetta for women, we have bonding authority from that we can use the proceeds of the student rentals, housing rentals, to pay for buildings. That's separate and distinct from the academic buildings. We get tuition, 20% tuition for academic buildings, and the residence halls are paid for by the receipts we get from the rentals from the students.